What I've decided to do recently is to go live on both Shorts as well as on YouTube, LinkedIn, and on Facebook. So today we are going to be talking about writer's block. And I wanted to talk about that primarily because it was a pain point that I had for sure for a really long time. And it wasn't until I sort of got an understanding of exactly what I needed to do in order to figure out what I needed to talk about in my business. And then also with the invention of AI and AI tools becoming so easily accessible to us. So this entire month, today is the last day that I'm going to be doing tools that I love. So this entire month, I was just focusing on tools that I really enjoy using and that I love. And so today, the tool is going to be Jasper AI. For those of you who are old school users of Jasper, you know that they've gone through a number of name iterations, but they've been sticking with Jasper for the last couple of years. And it is a tool that I like to use when it comes to needing to come up with content on the fly. So yesterday I did a workshop, and last week I did a live stream on a new tool that I've been using called Cast Magic. And that tool is brilliant and really, really beneficial. If you're already good at coming up with content and you're either creating it in a live stream format like I'm doing now, if you have live presentations, or if you just like to, maybe you're an auditory person and you like to just talk out, whatever it is that you want to do, it can take your recordings and turn it into content for you. And so therefore it's using your voice, your tone. And so it's more authentic sounding for you than to use tools where it's strictly relating or creating the content based on AI, which is what ChatGPT, Jasper, Copy.ai. I mean, there's just too many of them to count. So what I do like about Jasper is when I am completely at a loss. And for those of you who are watching me on Shorts, thank you very much for watching. If you want to see what I'm going to be talking about, because I'm going to be sharing my screen in a minute, you can pop over to my YouTube channel to watch and see what I have on there. But what I enjoy the most about Jasper is that if I'm completely blocked, if I'm somebody who suffers significantly from writer's block, I will be staring at a screen or a page for the longest time and not having any kind of an idea of what to come up with. That's when these AI tools are really beneficial. So the way that I use Jasper is if I have to do emails or blog posts or any kind of content, like for instance, earlier today I created a landing page, which I'm going to do as an example when we get started. But it just gives me the opportunity to quickly and effortlessly create the content as I need it for whatever the purpose could be, whether it's an email campaign or something else. So I'm going to share my screen. And as you can see here, you can see, for those of you again on Shorts, you can go over to my YouTube channel to see what I'm sharing. But I am sharing the dashboard right now on Jasper AI. And I've been using Jasper since I think 2020. So I've been using it for going on 4 years. And it is a tool that I use in order to quickly come up with content for my business. So they have changed and updated their platform so many times I can't even tell you, and every single time it's been for the better. This is the best layout and for their dashboard that they've had thus far. And what I love about it is that it just simplifies everything. So when you come on to Jasper, the first thing that it's going to ask you to decide is what exactly do you want to create. So this is almost like the chat feature that it's giving you, and they do have a separate chat over here. But what this is doing is that it's enabling you to specify exactly what is it that you want Jasper to create for you. So I could say, for example, and I have some stuff in here that I'm just going to copy and paste for the purpose of time. Here are some examples. If you want to do an Instagram caption, or if you want to do a tweet where you're sharing product updates, or a Pinterest pin description, or a product description, and they have a bunch of other ones. Or you can actually type in your own. So I'm typing in my own right here. So basically what this said is that I wanted to create a landing page announcing that the workshop that I just did, which was yesterday, and that's on the Cast Magic tool that I told you about. I have a replay that's available to that I want to have on this landing page, but I then also want to mention that it has a 30-day free trial for the tool that's going to be expiring on March 5th. Now, at some later date, I can change that if I want. So it then opens up onto a page that will then identify what it is that you're asking Jasper to do. So I am asking for a workshop landing page. It then will ask you a series of questions so that you can then give it and feed it information so that it can figure out exactly what it is that you want. Now, the brilliant thing about this is here's the first, we have to list out the key benefits. Now, before we even get to that, Jasper has already previously asked me, and I've already updated, the various tones and voices that I want to speak from with regards to the way that I want to convey my message. So what I have done up here is you can see that I have my brand voice, and there's 3 voices that I have: casual and personal me, conversational and instructional me, and presentation mode. So this usually defaults to conversational and instructional. I can change it if I want. So I can say, for example, change it to casual and personal me. So that's the voice that I want it to speak from. So the first thing that it's going to ask is, what are the key benefits that you want to list that are pertinent to people that you want to see this workshop or the replay? I can't think of a thing, let's say. You can see down here it says generate response. So if you click on that, it's going to give you some very generic comments that you can use, or you can say, well, you know what, there's other things that I would rather use. So this is gain exclusive insights into the latest digital marketing strategies, learn from industry experts, blah, 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 network with like-minded professionals. There's a 30-day free trial of our premium marketing tools. So if this applies to you, then you can click on next. But if it does not, then you can actually put in what you want. So I am going to, actually I can, I can't remember what the trash bin does. I think it just deletes it from there. But here are the points that these are the key benefits for people attending that I'm gonna put in. And this is the third one, and that's that. So then you hit next. So the next question is that it's going to ask you, okay, well, what's the call to action? And this is going to vary. Sometimes it'll ask you a lot of questions depending on the content that you put in there, and sometimes it's going to ask you just a limited number of questions. So the next one is referencing call to action. What action would you like your visitors to take after coming onto the landing page? And so I can say access the workshop replay. I can certainly do that. Then if I need to have any additional information, I can, if there's testimonials that I want to include, I can include those. If there are workshop details that are specific, such as the date it originally aired, the duration, and the speakers, I can include that as well. And then if I want to have any other custom added information or information based on knowledge that would help this audience or the target audience that I'm targeting with this, then I can add that there. If I am finished, then all I need to do is put here, generate now, which is what I'm going to do. So it's come up with a title for this landing page. So it's saying, unlock the secrets to AI-powered content creation. And then it's going into, now so in a weird way, it kind of reads like an email because it's saying, hey there, savvy content creators. So I would immediately get rid of that. Now, the benefit to doing something like this and using a tool like this is that after it's, okay, it's now finished. After it's finished, you can go in and tweak this based on what it is that you want it to say. So if I don't want it to have this information, I can just simply delete it and it doesn't need to be there. If there's any verbiage in here that I'm not in love with, I can copy and paste that and then come over here to remix. I can put in the paste the text here and then tell Jasper what I want this text to actually say and then generate from there, and then I can add that text in as well. So I can just, at this point, I would just read through this to see if it makes sense, if it's really conveying the message that I want it to convey. And then I think it is saying it. So from here, let's say I'm in love with what I'm seeing here. And maybe I might make a couple of tweaks, like if this is a landing page, I don't want any emojis on it. So I'm just going to get rid of all of the emojis. I think there's a time and place for them and not on a landing page, in my opinion. So let's assume that this is the landing page copy and we are happy with the copy that we're seeing here. The next thing that you can do is, you see this plus sign? That allows you to then tell Jasper that you want it to do something else, whether it's that you want it to continue to write on the theme that it's been writing on, or if you want it to summarize the benefits of the workshop, provide testimonials from previous attendees, outline key topics that were covered. So all of these things you can ask it to do. So I don't think I have really given it enough information for it to be able to summarize, but let's see what it's going to do if we select that. So I'm going to select it and then see what it says. Now, again, sometimes their AI, and I think this is AIs in general, get a little wonky where they're trying to be like smart asses, if you ask me, because it starts off, all right, Sparky, time for a quick flashback. That just doesn't, that's certainly not the way I would speak. So there are some things that I would probably not, but this is maybe a different way that you can craft out the copy. But I'm going to go back here, and instead of choosing one of these pre-assigned or suggested prompts, I'm going to actually tell it what I want it to do. So I'm going to say, please draft an email alerting, to my email list, informing them of this new replay and offer. Now again, as per usual with anything AI, the more detailed information you give it, the more detailed information you put in, the better the result's going to be. But within Jasper, it always looks at what was previously written and uses that as context in addition to the prompt that you're using. So with that, it is going to give me a very, because it's still going, as you can see, a very robust and detailed email. But again, I always recommend that you go through it so that you can then make sure that it sounds like you and that it actually is saying the things that you want it to say. This was a very long email. All right, so it says, unlock the content creation superpowers, or unlock your content creation superpowers. You won't believe what's waiting for you. Hey there, amazing human. I hope this email finds you thriving and at least halfway through your coffee or tea. I don't judge. You know that feeling of finding a forgotten $20 bill in your pocket? Yeah, well, I'm about to drop something way better into your inbox today. Ready to be dazzled? Introducing the Cast Magic Workshop Replay and a 30-day free trial that's like finding a treasure chest in your own backyard. I know, the online world is teeming with life-changing offers. So it's definitely giving some detailed information. It's telling you why you can't scroll past this. Instant content wizardry, unlock your cheat codes, behind the scene magic, peek behind the content curtain and discover secrets that will make your content shimmer and shine, uniquely yours, become the hero of your story. On top of that, there's a 30-day free trial, all of this great stuff. And it's telling you tick tock, the clock's ticking because, as I mentioned, the expiration date on the free trial is coming up soon. So all of this is definitely something that would definitely lead me to being able to not only create a landing page, but then also create an email that I can send to my list, directing them to that landing page. If I wanted to then create, a social media post about this, I could say, please create a LinkedIn social media post announcing the workshop replay. So we can do that, click on activate, and it immediately goes into, ever feel like your content creation game is just one level short of wizardry? Now, the other thing, and I've mentioned this before, is that depending on what you're talking about, it's going to be a little, they're always going to be playing on words. So because the name of this product is Cast Magic, they're interpreting that to be, they're going to say spells or wizardry or, things of that nature that lends itself to magic. And it kind of sort of applies in this, but it kind of doesn't. So in a lot of those instances, I will go through this and I will remove, like it says, the very first line is, ever feel like your content creation game is just one level short of wizardry. I don't do play on words in that respect, so I would not want to do this in this instance. But it does give you something to work from, and so therefore you can definitely improve upon what is there. This is strictly for people that need help creating copy and are absolutely just dumbstruck when it comes to looking at a blank page and trying to come up with, okay, how am I going to write this email? How do I start it off? What do I want to say? You may have all of that information in your head, but in a lot of instances, it's really hard for you to be able to articulate it in a way where your ideal audience can understand it. And so tools like this definitely help. And that's what I really love about using something like Jasper. The other feature that's over here is their chat, and that's where the Chat GPT piece of it comes in, where you can ask it to do something that maybe you don't want to put in here, but you can certainly ask it a question, or let's ask it a question. Please, or can you explain how one can repurpose written or content to share on social media? I've never done it this way, but what you can do is, once you ask that question, you can come down here. I've already told you about the brand voice. So you can select your brand voice, and that's already been selected. But then you can enhance your prompt. And when you select enhance your prompt, it's going to create a prompt that starts off, act as a digital marketer, as a video strategist. And I can change this. I can change this to whatever I want it to be. Let's say, please provide a detailed guide on how to effectively repurpose previously created content to share on, yeah, okay. So let's see, it's very detailed what it's asking. So you can then ask it to do that. and then see what it spits out. And here it says, how to effectively repurpose content for social media, a comprehensive guide. And it's first explaining what is repurposing content. It's giving then examples of content that you can repurpose. So it's talking about a blog or an infographic or even testimonials. It's explaining, adapting your content for various social media platforms. And it's breaking them down. Instagram, transform blog posts into visually appealing infographics or carousel posts. Twitter, granted, doesn't have everything. Well, it has the top 4, and it's not Twitter anymore. Strategies for increasing engagement, add value, make it interactive, call to actions. So it's giving you all of this information. And let's make sure that our cursor is where it needs to be. So if I like this or I want to certainly use this, I can then copy it over here, and then you can see this is the guide. So you can then throw this into something like Canva and actually create a PDF that could be a lead magnet if that was something that you wanted to do. And if you had no idea of exactly how you wanted to create this, you would have been spending hours upon hours upon hours trying to figure out how to do this. Whereas these AI features in platforms or these AI tools are able to really just allow you to create the content a lot faster and at least just put it out there so that you can then go in and tweak it and edit it according to your own voice. So today's was the last tool that I was going to share with you that I love, and this was Jasper AI. Earlier this month, I shared with you last week Opus Clip and Cast Magic, which is all about repurposing content that you've already created in a recording format and being able to either create videos or written content. I also shared with you Social Bee, which is a tool that I use for my social media management. And I forgot what the very first week was. So, but what I am gonna do is I am going to be combining every tool that I talked about for this month, and I will be sending that out as a blog post. So if you're on my email list, you will be getting an email probably sometime during the first or second week of March with my blog post of all of the tools that I focused on this month. And next month, I don't have my calendar in front of me, but next month will be another month of, I think I'm doing like, I can't remember what March is, but it might be something pertaining to repurposing or spring cleaning or something. I don't know. We'll figure out what it is. But at any rate, thank you all for being here. If you have any questions, if you're watching this on the replay, please let me know what your questions are. And if you are using a tool that helps you with writer's block, please comment. Hi, Ashay. Oh, hi, Ashioma. Thank you. You were on yesterday on my workshop, so thank you for being here. If you have a tool that you use for your writer's block, I want to know about it, because one of the things and one of the goals that I want to do is in addition to doing these live streams, I actually want to do workshops where I'm pairing my love or the love of my audience with a tool, with the brand, and having us do a co-host workshop where I can show you how I'm using the tool and they can answer all of your tech questions with regards to that tool. So yesterday was the first one with Cast Magic. It's available on replay if you are on my email list. And then I have some others that I'm working with right now, but a lot of the tools that I love and talk about are going to be the tools that I'm going to be featuring on these workshops. My goal is to try to do one a month. If I can do more than one a month, I will certainly be doing that. But the goal is minimum to do one a month. And it is because I love learning and using simple and easy tools that just make my life easier. And if they can make my audience's life easier, then I want to use those tools for them as well. And I want to introduce them to you without just doing a traditional, not boring, but a traditional tutorial video. I actually want to come in here, do a live stream, show you. If you have questions, feel free to ask them. I'll do better with titling my live streams by preparing faster, but I was a little delayed today, so I wasn't able to give today's title. But I definitely want to share my knowledge with my audience in as many methods and ways as I can and as freely as I can. Oh, good, 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 good. Thanks, Ashioma. So that's what I want to do. So if you have tools that you would like me to feature, because maybe it's a tool I've never heard of, maybe it's one that I enjoy using, I would like to feature them on my live streams as well as on my upcoming workshops. So thank you all. I'm loving this doing shorts live. I think this is really cool, but I don't know how I can incorporate sharing my screen on a shorts live, and I will certainly be trying to figure that one out. But anyway, so until next week, it's the same time on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, and I will be announcing and scheduling probably in the next couple of days what my March videos will be about, and I hope to see you guys there soon, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn. Thanks, and take care. If you always, also, if you're on LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube, and you want to schedule a free 20-minute consultation with me, there is a QR code that you can scan. So feel free to do that. And if you are already a subscriber to my channel, I thank you so much. And if you're following me on LinkedIn, I thank you so much. If you are not, please follow me on LinkedIn and subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, till next time. Take care.